Morning YouTube, Michael Shepherd Jordan here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am at Swope Park, hiking the Wudchuck Run and Perimeter Trail. Now this trail is about a 5-mile loop trail that essentially goes all around Swope Park. So I should be able to see almost all the park, which is kind of cool. Swope Park is in Kansas City. It's about a 30-minute drive, like southeast of downtown KC, which is pretty cool that it's right here. So this is apparently a pretty big park. This is actually the park where the Kansas City Zoo is located in, and there are just trails that kind of go all over the park, which is pretty awesome. This one is just going to show me all of it, but there's tons of them that cut through the center, so you can make this really kind of as long as you want it to be. I'm just kind of doing all of it to check it all out while I'm here in town. And yeah, should be pretty good. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please give me that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button below. Let's go on a hike, y'all. About 3/4 of a mile into the hike, and I walked up this section of the trail because it looked so inviting. But there's another area right here. So this is actually Wudchuck Run, and it'll take you on that trail, but it kind of cuts into the interior a little bit. And if you want to stay on the perimeter, you need to keep going right. Even though these steps are really lovely, and it was pretty cool to walk up them. I'm gonna keep going that way. Well, I'm still on Wudchuck Run, which seems to be kind of like the predominant trail in this system, but there's just so many options that you can take, which is pretty cool. But if you want to hike this specific like outer loop perimeter trail, just basically keep going right, and that'll keep you on the outskirts. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm at the end of the trail, and there's kind of like 3 or 4 trails all connected and kind of running parallel to these like cool boulder formations. And like the one closest to the street is called AB something. And then there's Wudchuck Run, and then there's another one, and there's just a bunch of options. So I kind of scrambled to kind of get up closer to the boulders because they're cool. I wanted to walk through them. but they all lead to the same place. Back to the parking lot. So because this is a cool spot and I can actually see my car from here, I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk about this trail, Swope Park and Wudchuck Run and the Perimeter Trail. The highlight of the trail for me was by far the first mile, walking past all those really cool rock formations. And then there's more of them here at the end of the trail, which is pretty sweet. This part of the park just seems to have these, and they're just pretty awesome. There are a ton of trails throughout the park, and it's very easy to kind of get lost on them. There's a lot of different splits and a lot of different connectors and a lot of different stuff like that. But I think if you want to do the perimeter, a good rule of thumb is to just keep going right every time you get the chance, and that'll lead you all the way around the park, which is pretty cool. Downside is kind of like over by the freeway over there. It can get a little noisy, but it's still cool. It's a cool experience to walk all around it. I will say this is probably a heavily used mountain biking trail. The only people I saw out there were two guys riding, and you can tell kind of all along this trail because there are tread marks all over the place. So when you're hiking, just be mindful of the mountain bikers and, you know, step to the side, give them the right of way, because it's easier for you to move than it is for them to move. So yeah, just kind of heads up on that. Other than that, this is a pretty cool park. It's pretty awesome that it's so close to KC. This is pretty amazing. There's tons of stuff that you could explore here, but this 5-mile loop is a good starting point. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, give me that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button below, and yeah, I will see you at the next Missouri hike. What do people boulder around here? They look okay.